Hi, friends. Welcome back. This is Caitlin, and you are here with me and Pink and Maine. We are live right now on Facebook and YouTube. So if you are here or you're watching this later as a replay, thank you so much for coming to hang out. I'm very excited today to be able to share with you some sneak peeks of items that are coming out in the new release tomorrow. It's so exciting. I love that this release is a little bit different. The theme is a little bit different, especially for this time of year. I feel like right now we're being inundated with holiday and Christmas, and everything is Santa. And this was like such a breath of fresh air for me, and something that I know these products I'm going to be able to use all year round for all my crafty friends. And I don't have a ton of like in-person card making friends. Everybody that I've met so far is an online friend, but friends love to get snail mail. But also these crafty items apply to a way bigger audience than just our card making community. These could be any types of artists, sewing people. I am friends with a ton of costumers, cosplayers, and that whole community. And there's a whole stamp set that would work for that crowd too. So I'm so excited. Let's check in really quick. I see lots of people checking in. Virginia, Annette, Lori, Shirley's checking in from Colorado. Susan, Connie, um, Mary. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what that was. All right. Well, that was fun. Um, if I glitched and went away for a second, I apologize about that. I literally have no idea what I clicked, but here we are. So Leslie checking in from British Columbia. Thank you. Missouri. Denise checking in from Missouri. Lisa from Florida. Stamperoo from New Hampshire. Sandy from Georgia. We're just going to hit all the states and territories today, aren't we? Um, not in Montreal tonight. Wow, we're just from all over. Hey, Annette. Hey, Anne. Manitoba, Canada. Lori. My goodness. All right. Thank you all for checking in, letting me know where you are watching from. That just absolutely blows my mind, how many different ones we got. It's insane. But yeah, let me flip us back over. Oh, first, before we do this, I just want to share. I am so in love with how my blog card turned out for yesterday's Pink and Main blog, which is linked in the description for you. And I wanted to recreate this tonight, but I just knew that the glitter paste wasn't going to dry in time and it was going to be a whole thing. But there is a new ink blot stencil out, and I had so much fun ink blending this rainbow pattern and then making my own glitter paste with the glossy gel and the ice rink glitter. And I just love this. I love how it turned out. So this is what inspired tonight's card, but without the glitter paste. So there we go. Let's now, mm, okay, hold on. There we go. Whatever I did earlier booted that other camera out. Okay, so here we are. Perfect. All right, so lots of new sneak peek items tonight. So first up, we're going to be using these the O Craft foilable sheets with these amazing images from Mommy Lay. So let's go ahead and grab one of those out of here. We're going to use this for our background. It's 8 sheets of the same pattern. Okay. And I mean, everything is here. right? Card, ink pad, glue, paint, envelope, different jars for glitter, paste, gel, whatever. We got our tape roll, crayon, markers, watercolor brush pens, a regular brush, scissors, ink blots, paper clips, anything that you need in your crafty life is here. And it goes with the O Craft stamp set. So the images all match perfectly. They all coordinate with each other. And so from this stamp set, I have stamped the paint tube, a splatter, and a paintbrush. And we're going to add those to the inside of our card. That's my plan. So we have those set to the side there. And then for the, this is our background. For the sentiment, I decided to grab this new Crafty Fun Foilable kit. So the way these work are you get 6 of these larger panels that are the length of 2 card fronts, right? It's like you get 2 for the per each one. So technically you get 4 out of each of these patterns. That's the easier way to probably explain that. You get these cool stitching marks. We got the ink splatters, the ink blots, and then sequins. So cute. But what I'm really after are these foilable sentiments. I love these. So here, we'll take a better look. So those are those sequins. You can see they're like faceted. And then the ink blot in the stitches, which are just so fun. But we also get 2 sheets of sentiments. And I love them all, but I want to use the Follow Your Soul. It knows the way to the craft store. That felt like the perfect one for tonight. And so we are going to foil our sentiment and our background both with the this foil, which is in the description. I don't even think I have access to the description from here. I want to say it's called like Lagoon. I don't know, guys. It's in the description, I promise. Whatever the color is. All right, so we're going to trim this. I want this to be super close to the letters. And because I'm trimming with a wire trimmer, I'm just going to pull it so that it's just to the end there. We're going to try to leave the sentiment next to it alone as much as we can. This side. And then the top. All right, this can go back in our kit. Future use. Aren't these great sentiments, Lisa? I love them. And I agree, Virginia. Winning the lottery would make all of this crafting much easier. All right, so I have my mink here. We're going to plug her in. And even more exciting than that, I ordered new carrier sheets from the Pink and Mink website. We're going to get her set to 3. That is our favorite setting. And we're going to ignore all the dog hair that is static clung to the sheet. We are going to prep a piece of printer paper to send through with this, because the last couple times we've tried that, I've gotten a much better result. From my foiling. Let's get this first one ready. I'm going to do these one at a time. Okay. Nicest paper cutting job I've ever done, but it's fine. I'm going to put some tape on the back to hold it in place. We want the pretty side of our foilable facing up and the pretty side of our foil facing up. We're going to put the printer paper right behind. That's going to help control and push all of the heat to the top of the paper. I have been told we want it close to the seam, but not touching so that it doesn't squish it extra or wrinkle it up. Our light turned green, so we're good to go. And we're going to let that slide right through. Debbie from Ontario. We have a lot of Canadians hanging out tonight. That's awesome. My stepmom is Canadian from the Toronto, Mississauga area. So I'm sure she will be very happy to know how many fellow Canadians are hanging out with us. That looks so promising. You can see that one little spot right in the middle that has like a little wrinkle, but there's lots of gaps between the images. So I have a really good feeling about this one. Very static electricity. All right, now let's take our try anyway. We can get our sentiment tape down with that seam. Come on. Apparently this is not the best washi tape to put through. Oh, it's perfect. Sometimes when I do this, I still end up with like those little black dots. This one came out absolutely, literally perfect. Oh, I love that so much. And then the fun part is we have the negative, right? And so we could put that onto another color. You can actually use it just like this and adhere it on top of like a white cardstock, which I might have to do because that's so pretty. Man, I love that. Okay, let's get our sentiment through. Hopefully this goes just as well. Oh, I forgot to put the paper under it. I guess we'll test it out and see what happens. Maybe having the right interior shape will make a difference too. Oh yeah, that looks very flat. Hey, Susan, checking in from Florida. I know, Virginia, I really do need one of those one of those maps where you can scratch off where everybody's from. All right, I unplugged my Mink. I'm just going to set that to the side to cool off a little bit, and then she'll go back up on the shelf. Oh my goodness. How do I get this shine? There we go. Kind of. You can see it. I just love this color. I love it because it's dark enough that it's super legible and easy to read, but it is still a fun color. And to help this stand out, what I want to do is add some additional colors to the background. And so I was inspired by that blog card again with the kind of like pastel rainbow. And we're going to attempt to do that on top of this because the foil will resist our ink. We played around a little bit before with inking these up. And so we're going to do a little pink and Maine rainbow. I'm going to start with, I'm just working on top of a piece of printer paper. We're going to start with the dress shop. And I want the smallest amount of ink possible on here. I just want this to hint at some color. And I'm going to kind of extend it down a little bit to one side, just like that. Just kind of this pastel wash of pink. You know, we'll bring it down this side all the way because I want to be able to overlap these and get some really good rainbow in there. So next we're going to go in with the construction ink. And this is going to be, for our purposes, kind of the yellow. We're going to let those kind of mingle on the top. These aren't going to blend as seamlessly as they would on a regular cardstock because they just sit on top of the paper a little bit more, but it's still going to give that feeling. And it's okay if the middle's not perfect because that's where our sentiment's going to go. And our sentiment's going to stay white. So now we're going to go in with the park. And I'm kind of just working in a circle, right? We're working clockwise. And this green is going to help to be a kind of green, kind of yellow, kind of that fun transition. That. Okay, and then the last one is Lakeside. And I am going to grab a full stick Post-it because when we did this last time, I was putting my fingers on the ink and it left some fingerprints. So the full stick, I have it stuck to my fingers. So the plain paper outside is what's touching my paper here. We're going to make sure that our teal and our green overlap a little bit. And we're going to make sure that our teal and our pink overlap. That's going to help give us that really pretty purpley. And just like that, we now have a beautiful foiled little soft rainbow. Oh, I love it so much. So cute. I did that blending with Simon Says Stamp blending brushes, but you can use whatever kind of blending brushes make you happy. I do love the Pink and Maine brushes. They just deposit a good bit of ink, and I wanted this to be a little softer and a little more on that pastel lighter side. I'm just taking my microfiber cloth and running it over the top to help get off any extra ink that might be sitting on the surface. Oh, I just love it so much. That makes me happy. Okay. So I have a card base here. I know, I'm sure if you've been here to hang out with me before, you were in shock. I'm gonna glue this panel down flat with some easy squeeze liquid glue. And these Foilables panels are already trimmed down just a little bit. So this is going to give us a really nice white border, thin white border, which I like. Okay. Put a little too much glue on the edge. That's okay. I can clean that up afterwards with a little glue eraser. And I thought I messed it up, but it's just those little scissors. This is, sorry, a closer look. It knows the way to the craft store. And it's all foiled. We're going to pop that up with foam. And like I said, I wanted to leave this white to help it stand out. Let's do one more. And still pull all of the attention. And we're just going to center that up. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Just give it a good squish. Right, so we could just stop here, and that would be a really fun and simple, I mean, it's not simple, but an easy card to make, right? We foiled, we did a little ink blend, we layered, pop it in an envelope, and good to go. But I'm so in love with the Mommy Lay images from this stamp set that I want to add these three to the inside, like as if this was a heart. There is a heart in the stamp set, but I want this to be like paint hearts brush, or like brush splatter paint. You know what I mean? Something cute. So I did also pull some Copics already, and we're just going to zoom in and do some super quick and easy Copic coloring. There we go. We're going to start with our paint tube, which I've decided shall be gray, like a silver metallic-y paint tube. So I've grabbed the same cool gray C markers that we used the other day for our little unicorn on Tuesday. And to really play up the metallic feel, I'm leaving that highlight edge, but I'm also not going to do a full shadow on both sides. I'm going to do one full shadow and then one that's kind of like broken up, like it's so shiny that we're not even getting the full shadow effect. That was C5, and we're going to go in with C3 and start pulling that color out. And then C0 is our lightest, and that's really going to just blend that out into the white space. Just like that. There we go. My ring always flips around like that. All right, and then our heart and our splatter are going to all be pink. So we're going RV 29. I'm going to just pick one side of all of these splatter marks to add this shadow to. And then once we get to the top where it arches, we almost have like an imaginary line. Well, for us, it's going to kind of go this way, where it flips. And goes the other side. Oh, and then we need our heart. So for the heart, I'm going to shade the bottom and then up one side. And we're going to go from 29 to 25. Fill in that side. Go up that other side, leaving that highlight right in the center. Start to pull those shadows in towards the center of the drips and also in towards the center of that splatter mark. Okay. And then RV23 for our highlight. Laying my marker more on its side and really giving it time to be on the paper, which will help shift that ink around and let everything blend without us having to do as much work. The longer your nib is against the paper, the more ink is being soaked out of it. Go. So now we have our heart and our splatter looking nice in 3D. And then our brush, we're going to do the handle with some E40s. I grabbed 45, no, 44. We're just going to go on one side and then 43 to fill that in, keeping that nice and simple. Okay, and then from the bottom, we're going to pull some of that YR27 and then YR24 up towards the top. And I'm going to come back in with our medium pink, that 25, and add just a little bit of paint right to the tip of the brush. Okay, and the thing that's going to bring these all together is a little highlight. So I'm going to take my white gel pen, add some highlights to break up that silver shadow. We can even add some little eye highlights to this one. We're going to add some highlights to the splatter, which I'm kind of just doing like curved exclamation points. So you get the little dot that helps to kind of break everything up. And then the end of the paintbrush can have a little bit of a shine from where it's wet. There we go. Hey, Beverly, thanks for checking in. All right, so we're gonna use our dies to cut these three out. We'll get them added to the inside of our card, and then we'll be good to go. Let me pull that back up. And there we go. So there's our card. There's our little buddies. Here's a splatter. was honestly a little nervous thinking to myself, like, how am I going to be able to pick out which one is which for these? But not too bad. Okay, paintbrush. There's our splatter lined up. And I'll show you guys a couple more sneak peeks at the end. Because the release is tomorrow, and I know a lot of the stuff has already been shared on the blog, I think it's only fair to just show you guys a bunch of stuff. Especially because on Tuesday, we did the stamp and die of the month, which shouldn't really count as a sneak peek because those come out at the beginning of the month. Now we have all of our little crafty bits. Okay, back in here. I always keep my stamps and my dies together so I know that I have everything I need when I go to grab them. If I can get this one to get into the package, I don't understand what's happening. Oh, so close. We were so close. Inside my card, I really just want like that, I think. And then all my little words can go right on the bottom. Like, I love you, like a paintbrush loves paint. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. That's what I'm going for. Just a little bonus surprise for when your recipient opens the card. We know that adding anything to the card base, let alone having a card base, is an achievement in and of itself for me. But I just love this. There we go. All right, so that is our Follow Your Soul. It knows the way to the craft store. All foiled with this beautiful teal foil. Everything is linked down in the description except for the new sneak peek stuff. Obviously, that comes out tomorrow. Then we have our paint, our splatter, and our brush. And I just love how this one turned out. Let me flip this around and show you this way too, because you know the colors always look better this way, not washed out. So you can really see that like rainbow where the true green up here, this green started to look a little more yellow. And then we have the purple kind of in between our pink and blue. Yep, plus that beautiful high shine. So pretty. There we go. So pretty. And then inside that little boop. So cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this sneak peek. Oh, listen to me. Like we're gonna leave. And I just told you I'm gonna show you some more sneak stuff. Okay, well we saw the Crafty Fun kit. There's another Mommy Lay stamp set that I mentioned earlier that would work for your sewing friends. It looks like this. This is the So Sweet of You. So you get the little tomato, where is it? The little tomato pin cushion, dress stand, sewing machine, measuring tape, cross stitch pattern, all of these little stitching lines. I love that. There's another bonus one that kind of goes with that too, but we're gonna keep that one a surprise. We have these really fun watercolor tie-dye rainbow toner sheets that we looked at on Tuesday. What else is in here? There is another foilable toner sheet. Look at those. Look at those ombres. I love that there's some rainbow. I love that there's some not rainbow, warm and cool. So many amazing sheets in this one. This is the ink blot stencil that I used for my glitter paste. There's two other stencils. We have the brush strokes stencil. We have the marker spots stencil, which is so cool because it's like doodles and like splotches or whatever like abstract shapes that you want to make. I love that. And then we'll keep that one a surprise, but there's also, because I know a bunch of people have used these on the blog, the ink blot foilables. So lots of amazing crafty goodies for all your crafty friends. If you want to see the full release, Michelle puts out a new release video on release day on YouTube on the Pink and Mane channel. Every release, so with a full rundown, so you can check that out tomorrow or just go onto the website and see all of the new stuff. It's so much fun. It's going to be a really good one. And like I said, this one's amazing to me, this release, because these are products we can use all year round, not just holiday. So I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I will see you back here on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. When you're looking at all the new stuff, if you have any questions or requests for products or techniques you'd like to see me do, please leave me a comment here in the comments wherever you are, Facebook, YouTube, I'll check them both. And that way we can start planning for Tuesday of next week. Otherwise, I just am so grateful for you guys hanging out. Everyone from all over the place tonight. I saw some new names. If you were hanging out, I appreciate you. But yeah, have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you soon. Until then, happy crafting. Oh my goodness, it won't let me click.